What up, YouTube? That little dinging in the background this is my car door open, but fuck it, I'm gonna talk over it. You know, you know where I'm at in life. It's from the outside looking in, it's a lonely phase. I haven't given myself unto women in a year. I'm choosing to stay away from the world. I'm choosing to get rid of all my addictions. I'm choosing to just, become my best version of myself. And that comes with isolation, that can have you feeling lonely in the human experience. But the Bible also says, don't get weary of doing right by the Lord. The prize, the present, the reward that we obtain, is far greater than like anything that you may want that's mundane, that's materialistic. Feeling righteous and feeling accomplished in your spirit will do so much more for you, that you'll always be able to stay afloat in any endeavor that you're on. You won't fear things of this world. The only thing that you'll start to fear is God, because God can literally cut your light in the middle of anything you're working on, in the middle of your sleep. You don't have to be sick. You don't have to have an illness. You don't have to be no tragic accident. It could just be you just walking around, and that could just be it. We may not know anybody who just happened to just pass away or die or was killed upon just any random moment, like when everything was fine, everything was healthy. But do not underestimate the power of God. God is the reason that you feel the wind breeze. God is, they say we breathe oxygen. That's God's breath. You know what I mean? And you have to understand that when you're on this path to righteousness, it's gonna have you feel very lonely in the human experience. But for the men especially, we don't have the luxury that most women have, you know what I mean? And I really want to say, I really, in my heart, believe all women, but there's always those people that are always being like, not all, not every, but women have options, bro. Women are lonely by choice. There's always a man that is down to give them some type of attention, even if it's fake. That could be desperate of her to crave fake attention from men, but at least you can get that at the worst case scenario. Men real deal be out here alone. That's why the suicide rate is 75% men. You know what I mean? Men truly don't be having people who check in on them. There's a lot of men whose families don't check in on them. Oh, you a grown-ass man. Like, why aren't you this and that? When men become a man of value, when he's accomplished certain things in life, now he has people that are fighting to be in his life. But the average man, the base man, granted, men should focus on their purpose. It's honestly honored and respected. I believe that 100%. But a man without purpose distracts himself with pleasure. And a man with no purpose is nothing. He's the walking dead. He is a zombie. You know what I mean? But that's not to say that he doesn't deserve love. Everybody deserves love. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of men who don't get it. A lot of people will say certain things, but what people say and what they do is completely different. There's a lot of men out here who don't have nobody to talk to, no friends, no girl, no woman, no family, nothing. A lot of people is out here with no family. Their whole family's killed. They're the last one. And then that man has no women that's like to check in on him, you know what I mean? No women are checking for him to have sex. No women are checking for him to be his friend. Damn, niggas ain't even opening the door for this man, you know what I mean? They ain't even holding the door open for him, If he's not physically attractive, and if he doesn't have money, and if he's not in his purpose, that man is more than likely to be very lonely. He's probably going to douse himself in drugs. He's going to douse himself in drugs, fornication. No, I wouldn't even say fornication. Pornication, porn addiction. It's tough out here. But, to counteract that as a man, you have to stay on your purpose, and people will attract you, But when you're on this grind, and you're trying to better yourself, it's going to come with being lonely in the human experience. God will never leave you. You know what I mean? But the human experience, make sure my lips ain't getting chapped. You know what I mean? I've always been moisturized, but still, like, when you're in the human experience, you're going to feel lonely because you're bettering yourself. You don't want to be like the world. You know what I mean? I used to have everybody around me. Women, the wolves, niggas, you know what I mean? Like, everybody trying to hang out with me, everybody trying to smoke, everybody trying to hoop. Bro, when I stopped smoking weed, bro, I stopped hearing from all them niggas, bro, for real. Niggas ain't checking in no more. Like, women, they cool, they with you, but like, you know what I mean? I wasn't rich. I've always been the type that I was working on myself, but at the end of the day, women, they have far more options than men. So it's like, when you don't have it, man, it's easy to get your girl taken by another nigga with a Hellcat or a car or a house or something, like, you know what I mean? But when you grinding, women respect a man who grinding, but it gets to a certain point, if he ain't got the material yet, like, she might get tired of that shit. Most women, there's a lot of women who are good, you know what I mean? There's a lot of women who, as long as you grinding, they good, they're down to put up with certain things, you know what I mean? They're not going to expect you to pay for dates. They going to still want to date you. They going to be down with paying. There's women out here who'll pay for a nigga a whole year, bro, but because she know that he grinding, you know what I mean? But that shit ain't going to be forever. She has to see that you grinding. But the sad thing is, most men, they'll probably never experience a woman who really down like that. You know what I mean? You can't, as a man, you can't even expect that from a woman. You feel me? Like, that's why you have to be on your purpose. You have to be on your purpose, because your purpose can save you at the end of the day when nobody else can. Your mom can't save you. Your dad can't save you. Your grandparents can't save you. Your cousins can't save you. Your little nephew, your little niece can't save you. Your neighbors can't save you. Your girl can't save you. Man, your wife can't save you. Bro, your little night fling can't save you. Nobody can save you besides you. Your purpose can save you. You getting your money together. You getting that bag together. You know, you getting your crib. That money can be your parachute whenever you want. Let me make sure ain't nobody walking up on a nigga type shit. Let me step out for a second. You know what I mean? I am out in the element. Like, you know what I mean? Niggas be crazy. Niggas be nosy as hell. You feel me? But nobody can save you. You have to be able to save yourself. The only way you can save yourself is through your purpose and with God. God first. You know what I mean? God is the only blanket that you have in this world. But when it comes to material and the human experience, the money is the best thing that you can get. I'm telling you, with the money, you don't have to worry about broke problems. Everybody got problems, but broke problems is different, bro. Like, you don't know how you finna eat. You don't know where you finna sleep. You gotta get your bread together. You might, if you gotta go to a temp agency and work like temporary jobs day by day, week by week, just to get something, just to afford like some clothes, you know what I mean? And you apply the dollar store and you work there. I don't care if you gotta sleep behind the gym. It's gonna take time, but there's certain things you just gotta do. You know what I mean? There ain't no love out here. It's cold out here. I think a lot of men don't realize how cold this world really is. A lot of men walking around here with no purpose, expecting the woman is the one to pull up and suck their meat. You feel me? Like, it ain't gonna work like that, bro. You gotta get your shit together, bro. You gotta have your crib. You gotta have a car. It ain't gotta be a Charger. It ain't gotta be a Scat. You can have a Honda in the apartment paying $1,000 a month, bro. That's great, bro. I'm telling you, bro, you're doing better than most. Women will still pull up, bro. Shit, I was broke and I was still getting played. You know what I mean? Because women still saw a hard worker black man. You know, I was young, so they didn't expect me to have everything. But me right now, I'm 25, so like, expectations different. You know what I mean? I got me a car, I got me a crib, but I'm trying to upgrade. You feel me? Like, nah, bro, this ain't the life I want. My next car gonna be my best car. My next crib gonna be my next crib. You know what I mean? I live in a beautiful place, but at the same time, it's like, it's not necessarily what I want. You know what I mean? I need a different type of ownership. I need a different type of hustle and grind. You know what I mean? But I'm on my way and I'm doing my thing. And everybody who tried to do me wrong, I ain't forget a damn thing. The people who did me wrong, they never heard my side either. You know what I mean? So when God bless me with my fruits, and it's going to spill out into material things that I know I necessarily need, and a couple things I want, people in my life are genuinely going to wonder what happened. Like, why is he acting like this? What did he do? I ain't forget. I let people live. I gave people a lot of grace, and God going to bless me with that. You know what I mean? Because I went through the phases. I went through the lonely phase. This is my 3rd year of loneliness. You know what I mean? It wasn't consecutive. You know what I mean? But this is the 3rd time I went a whole year without any women, without drugs, you know what I mean, without anything to distract myself that I used to do that I thought was fun. I ain't been to a club in 3 years. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really out here, you know what I mean? And I know I'm gonna be blessed with good fruit, and God really gonna bless me. That lonely phase, when you grinding, and when you're grinding through your loneliness, you have to understand that God is gonna be there, but you have to keep pushing. You got to keep pushing, I'm telling you, because if you give up, it's just going to be so much harder to get back to where you was at. You know what I mean? If I was to give up right now, what I'm going to do a whole year just to get back to where I was at? No, I can never give up. I'm never giving up in my life. You know what I mean? God removed certain things from my life path, but like, I've never truly witnessed myself giving up. I can't imagine that. You know what I mean? I can't imagine that. Even at my darkest time, I was still praying through it, and I felt like a hypocrite because I was still choosing to be wicked, but I was blessed through it. You know what I mean? And You know, as a man, nobody out here gonna save you. You know, women can get saved. Women are expecting to be saved. They can do that, and most of these women will be saved. Matter of fact, a lot of these women gonna be saved. But are they really gonna be content with everything they need? No, they're gonna be saved in material, but their spirit might be broken. You know what I mean? But as a man, you gonna be saved. You can save yourself with your purpose. God is gonna do everything for you. God gonna bless you with the opportunity to buy material things if you wanted to. But God's gonna bless you with the things that you need because He sees you not out here acting in greed. You know what I mean? You have to have that type of creed for you to really like deserve everything that you want. You have to go grab it. You know what I mean? You gotta take heed to knowledge. You gotta understand wisdom. You gotta do what you're supposed to do so you can eat. You know what I mean? So you can sleep good. You know what I mean? And it's just amazing out here that God really gives us the opportunity. I'm going back in the car. This shit cold as hell, boy. Like you really gotta have it. You got to grind. When you're in your lonely phase and your moment of isolation, you know, God's gonna put you to the wilderness. You know, you're gonna be in the isolation. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna suck. Like as a man, the girls you like, they getting fucked. Bro, let's be real, bro. They getting fucked, bro. They don't care about you. They're not thinking about you. I don't care if they watching your stories. It's just to boost their ego, bro. Like, you gotta take this shit to the dome, bro. You gotta take this shit to heart, bro. You gotta feel that shit. Don't try to distract yourself with weed. It ain't gonna work. You're gonna think about it more. Don't try to distract yourself with porn. You're gonna feel that shame looking at that screen. You selling your soul to that a demonic entity on the screen. It ain't gonna work. You're gonna feel it worse after you're done trying to douse yourself with distractions. You gotta feel that shit. And God gonna heal your heart. You're gonna be you're gonna have that armor. You know what I mean? It's gonna make you strong. It really is. And man, you gotta go through this. You gotta get your heart broken. You gotta get fucked up. You gotta be down on your ass. You gotta have no money. You gotta be broke. You know what I mean? You got to turn down a date because low-key you broke, but you don't want to tell her why you're not going on a date. You know what I mean? You got to do these things. You got to get it. You got to go through some trial and some tribulation, and God going to bless you, you know? Because I made it my vow. I'm never going to, the way I used to feel, I'm never going to feel that again. Never. I was stuck in my drugs. I was stuck in my lust. I'm not doing that no more, bro. I told myself I'm not going to feel like that. I'm not going to be broke. I'm not going to be relying on DoorDash so I can eat. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not going to be in my car broke. It's gas or food. And the food is literally dollar menu, and I got to make a decision. I'm going to choose gas so I can still get somewhere going to bed hungry. I'm not doing that no more, bro. I'm not doing that. And a lot of people I know, they don't even know I was living like that. They have no idea that they had no idea. They have no idea. They have no idea. They have no idea. And it's not my business to be out here trying to get a sympathy check either. You know what I mean? You have to get God first. God is the way. God first. God is going to make it. God's going to give you a different type of drive for you to want to chase your purpose regardless of your situation. As a man, when you're going through these loneliness phases, you have to keep grinding. You have to keep God first. You have to grind. And you're going to get yours later on. You're going to get yours later on. It could take a year. It could take a week. It could take a month. It could be the next day. You know, God will give you a throwaway blessing. He going to bless you a little bit. But the real blessing is really going to come once you stay diligent without hate in your heart. Don't have hate in your heart. Do not have the hate in your heart. You know, use whatever negative emotions you feel. I hate the way I feel. Use that to grind. Use that to motivate yourself. I'm telling you, as a man, especially a black man, nobody even give a fuck about you if you're not on your purpose. I'm telling you. You're not even gonna get no fake love. You ain't gonna get shit. You have to be on your purpose. You have to become a man of value. You have to work through the loneliness, and you have to grind. Because I'm telling you, the reward that God will bless you with is more than you can imagine, the more that I can imagine for you. I'm telling you, you're going to look back and be like, damn, I used to be here, but I got here all because I made a couple right decisions, and I kept God first, and I kept hate outside of my heart. You know what I mean? And watch you surpass the people who look down on you. Watch you surpass the people that try to scrutinize you. Watch you surpass the people in spirit. You're going to surpass these women in spirit who try to play you like you was soft. That try to, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so real, bruh. It's so real. Like, it happens. Men, like the men who was great, there was a moment where they wasn't that great. There was a time before all that happened. And then they had to make the decision, do I really go hard or do I just stay the same? You know what I mean? You can't give a fuck. Because I'm telling you, if you don't have it, you know what I mean? And you like a certain type of women, I'm telling you, bro, you got to live with the fact that they getting fucked. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can't stop a girl from cheating. You can't make a girl be loyal. You cannot change nobody. You can't control nothing. You have no power. outside of your own body, outside of your 2 feet, outside of your 2 hands. You have no power outside of God. You know what I mean? So you have to do the best you can. That's why you have to keep God first, so God will open the door so you can receive the things that you think you want, but what God knows that you need. Okay? As a man, you have to go through that loneliness phase. You have to go through the wilderness. You have to master that isolation. It's gonna hurt, because it's hurting me right now. You know what I mean? But there's another side of me where it's like, but what am I gonna do? Act like a bitch? Like, what I'm gonna do? Like, I still got work to do. You know, I be working so hard every day, and I still be feeling alone. But at the end of the day, I go to bed real good, knowing that I did so much that I didn't have to do in terms of positivity and grind and working hard. You know what I mean? I ain't saying be like me, but take that aspect of what I just said and apply it to your life. I'm telling you, you will not fail. Keep God first. You know what I mean? If you don't even understand your purpose, pray to God and ask God if you can have your eyes open to understand your purpose, and he will give it to you. He will bless you faster and quicker than you know, okay? Deep down, you probably already know. You know what I mean? You just don't want to come to terms with it because it seems so out of reach. But I'm telling you, you're not that far away from your dreams, young man. I'm telling you. That loneliness and the phase of isolation is necessary, but you have to push through it. And I'm telling you, once you become a man of value and God sees that you are shining bright and gold, you're not going to feel lonely no more. All right? I'm telling you. Trust and believe. Just Stand TV.